Hello there.
Hello and welcome to the Bridge Freak. Today you've seen it with a TieBomber, something from Star Wars, and obviously not from Lego, so not licensed. Here we have from the company G-Star, number 67109, 1010 pieces, minifig scale TieBomber. Yes. Okay, here we have it. I only show it a short time because you've seen all the pictures of the making and in the end and the minifig scale and everything, and this here is breaking out. Okay, don't touch it here in the back. If you want to take it from the side, make it in the front. A small tip. There are some YouTube channels I watch, so crafting channels with crafting, building tables and so on. And there's one always, pro tip number 1, and he counts this up, and that's great. Pro tip 1. Okay. Obviously I told you not licensed, but we don't have much TieBomber, so I'm really happy about this one. Instructions. They are okay. You've seen all the old building steps are great or desaturated, and the new parts are colored. Normally that's a good idea, but here the gray and the blue background isn't really good, and the desaturated and light bluish gray, it really looks, when you're tired and don't have good light, it looks all the same. So it's no problem, but it's not really good. It's a small and cheap instructions, but that's not a problem. We want to set and instructions we don't use many times, so I can live with a cheap, thin instruction like this. We have a building, I believe there is a mistake in the instructions around building step 27, because one of these upper sections here with the slopes, that's one big part, and it doesn't fit here in the front, because these slopes here, they were too high. They were one row too high. So I had to build back and reconstruct it and used the over pieces to get it to the same height. No big issue. But be aware of it. Around 27 something there buildings, that there must be the mistake. I recognized it in the end after building step 100 or so. The thing doesn't match, so I have to but it took me 5-6 minutes, so no big deal. But like I said, not really good, and a building or a mistake is for advanced builders, like, and I'm not advanced builder, but I build a lot, so I can, that doesn't disturb me or is a big issue for me. But for people, they want to relax and just do what they see, and I don't know what I have to do. I want to say it, because if you are this person who don't accept small mistakes, then don't buy the set. If you're a normal person who can say, okay, I can change 3 pieces and get it together, then no big issue. Okay, so instructions, you know. But I have to look, because we have, I can tell you, you've seen it in the set info, but I can tell you we have 26.4 centimeters here in the width. We have 23.2 in the length. And the height I measured already in the German version is about 13.5 centimeters. It has a really small, with not much love made stand. It's just 10 bricks or something. And it looks cheap, and it doesn't really stay, it doesn't fell over, but it's not really okay. Cause you can really the joints here are very hard, so you can stand it without the feet. But if the joints are older, perhaps it sags down. So okay, we have a stand. But if I would keep this, I would make my own stand. I have made this for the Kylo Ren TIE silencer, for the normal set, and for 2-3 other sets I made my own stand. So I only want to tell you that this here is a little bit too deep. The angle is not really cool, and it's cheap. I would prefer such an angle or something like that here, and a good stand. Okay, that's mostly the only thing I can really complain. This here is no big deal, and the feet are not cool, but it's not a real big deal too. So these are my 2 complaints about the set. The rest is okay. It makes not a lot of fun to build, but it makes a decent amount of fun to build. It's an enjoyable build. It's not so repetitive. Okay, here, that, but the rest is really enjoyable. Building techniques are okay, not too fancy, not too rubbish. Everything works fine. I had no missing pieces. The color consistency is good. The gray is always the same. We have prints. Here the dish is a print, and The round tile here is printed, so we can open, have access. So you can use this as a display set, a diorama set, or a play set, because it's relatively sturdy, except from the 2 feet here. The rest is sturdy. You can even take it here and fly this way. It's even possible. So I really don't have something to complain. Only the feet and the building mistake in the instructions. Okay, color-wise, the instructions, you see this here on the top. We have a few pieces sand blue, and strangely the sand blue looks very similar to the dark bluish gray in the instructions, so beware of that. Then the color matching in the instructions is not the best too. So I would give this here a 4 from 1 to 6. 1 the best. This here a 4 minus. And this here is a solid 2, because only the feet are really, for that what it is, not a UCS set and a play set and a minifig scale set. It's absolutely okay. The amount of pieces is okay. It took me around 4 hours to build it. I was always entertained, and yes, it's a really, if you like this and say, okay, we don't have one from Lego, and you can buy this. You won't regret it. Like the clutch power is okay from G-Star, so you won't, if you don't see it on the studs, you won't recognize that this is not Lego. Perhaps some of the tiles are a little bit more matte than Lego, but scratches or so, we don't have many scratches here on these. So it's really absolutely a good set. A solid 2. That's it. That's it. Okay. So if you have any questions, write it in the comments. And write me, what do you think about this here? Would you accept a TieBomber from another company than Lego? Because Lego don't offer you one. Do you like it? It's a stolen MOC. Link is in the video description. There's a link where you can buy it and a link to the original MOC. I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know is there a big difference, but I make the links so you can decide. Another company wrote me, we want to send you a set, and we are presenting MOCs with LED, so I said send it over. And it comes today, and I didn't have the company's name in the email. And now this arrived. I was surprised. It's out of China, and it has a box. It's a MOC, and it has a really lovely box. I show it to you in a second. But the name, and you know that when you're speaking the word, it's 2 words, and the second word in English, you don't pronounce the W. It's the same word, or it sounds the same than without the W. And without the W, I think that's a funny company's name for construction toys. So the company is called Funhole. Yes, I was very amused like you. Only a Chinese company can name their company Funhole and making construction sets. That's really lovely. But here, this little hut looks really, really, really nice. And with all the LEDs, I'm looking really, see this here, really good instructions, printed instructions for a MOC in high glossy quality, separated light bricks and everything, and then the best molting quality. So I am really curious, and They have a German address and a London address. That's really, really strange. I never seen a MOC so presented, so cool and so... Okay, we will see what our wood cabin retro house will provide us in the next videos. Perhaps the next video is a set from Mold King, but the pneumatic cylinder, it's dead. The upper part on the aluminium or on the cheap steel, or not even steel, on the cheap metal, there's the plastic knob to get into the pin, and assembled, and it fall out. So I glued it, and I hope when it's holding I can show you the functions. If not, I can show you a set without functions. We will see. Be surprised in the next 2 days. Okay, I'm Frank, your freak, and I'll catch you in the next one. Have a good time. Bye bye.